Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. And for those of you that are new here, your first time, this is your daily dose of blind cat life with friends. It's the daily diary of my blind cats and how they live their lives with their seeing cat friends. This was Wednesday morning, and as usual I open the front door first thing.
Come, William.
All of the blind cats will pile
Here,
outside. Two of them, Momo and Kira, will turn left and head towards the driveway. The rest will say hello to their friends, turn right and head down towards the garden, which is where they're going now. This is Hair Bear, she can see. The tabby is William, he's my senior blind cat. The big black cat on the terrace isn't one of mine, his name's Brutus.
Fergus.
Comes from the village. This is Fergus, he's mine. And that, I think, it's either Woody or Boffers. There's Harry, he's blind. And there's his good friend Scoots, who's also blind. The tabby and the ginger is Tigger and Miss Ginger. This grey and white one is Mabel, and she's blind. I've been raking up all the old grass in the garden, and it was in a pile, but the cats love it, especially the blind cats. So now you've got Harry, Scoots, who's buried underneath all that grass, William and Mabel. 4 blind cats, 4 great friends. I think they're slowly getting back on track. There's been highs and lows, good days and bad days, but last night I just went and got a beer from the fridge and I went and sat in the garden to relax, and they played. They had a fantastic time. I put the beer down. It was warm by the time I picked it back up again. I just filmed them when they were playing. When they're playing like that,
Ninja.
I have to film them. It's just too good to miss, and to see all the blind cats playing together, and with their friends, their seeing cat friends. Mabel follows Scoots around the garden now, and if Scoots goes off, if he goes through the gates, which I'm going to start closing again, she follows him down there. If he goes up the bank, she follows him. Now invariably she'll come back, but not always. And Mabel isn't as worldly wise as Scoots. That's Tigger, the tubby tabby. That's William, senior blind cat, and then you've got Scoots over there on the rockery, Mabel and Harry. There is no confusion with them. They know where they are. It can take weeks, months for them to sniff out the garden, and they will sniff every inch of the garden. everything is mapped out mentally, and then it's all committed to memory. They know where the rockeries are, they know where the trees are, poles, obstacles, rocks, fences, walls. Now and again there'll be a collision, but it won't happen very often.
Mummos.
They know the height of the rockery, the height of the rocks, how wide the trees are. If you watch them when they go up the trees, they'll move forward on the big branches. Solid is safe. Not always, not always. I have one blind cat, Kira. She is quite happy to move out on a branch, a small branch that moves up and down. Not all of the blind cats will do that. They're all different. They all have their strengths and weaknesses. But for the most part, Solid is safe. And they're brilliant when it comes to jumping, especially jumping forward, jumping and judging the distance, who's in front of them.
Woody.
There's Harry. Harry is a brilliant tree climber. And the thing with Harry, he comes down head first. Now he's blind. Not all of the blind cats can do that. A lot of them will turn their body flat to the trunk, and then they'll use their front paw claws to lower themselves down. This was an old board that I'd put across the top of the wall to close off an escape route. But the rains came and then the board collapsed. But it turned into a tunnel, a play tunnel. I left it there because the cats love it. And see the way they're running and playing the whole time. And with their seeing cat friends. What you're watching doesn't happen overnight. It can take a long time for them to get used to their surroundings. As I say, weeks, months, just to sniff out the garden, to know where they are.
Tigger.
But once it's all committed to memory, then that's when you see all the hard work pay off. When you see blind cats running and playing in a garden, when you see them climbing trees and doing it with so much confidence. Yesterday, as I was watching the cats, I mean, the blind cats started playing. They started it all off, and it's the
Mumos.
seeing cats that gravitate
Mabel.
towards the blind cats. My seeing cats want to be with my blind cats. I think that the blind cats have an energy to them, and my other cats are drawn to that energy. And then they all started to play. And there's Momo over to the left. Momo's blind. I have one other blind cat, Kira. I need to spend some more time with her because she's moved to the front garden again, and she's staying down there. There's an old fence that runs down the other side of the garden where you just here, and at a couple of points there are holes underneath the wire. All of the cats know it, but I am convinced that my seeing cats tell my blind cats what's what and where to find it. I know the blind cats will test the fence. That I see them do it. But there are times when these holes in the fence, especially the one down at the end of the garden, is completely covered over with tall grass, and unless you know where you're looking at or looking for, you're never going to find it. But they find it, they go straight to it. So that hole underneath the olive tree, this leads to a wall which the cats can get on and walk along, and it leads to the kitchen terrace. They are so intelligent. But it's all done with confidence and ease. It's not panic. They're not scared, confused. And that will be, oh, it's Tigger. I don't know who the other cat's, probably Scoots down in the long grass at the bottom of the wall. Oh, there's Scoots. They move so quickly. It's hard to keep up with them at times, the blind cats. Now here comes William. William he's the oldest of the blind cats. He was my very first. And although he's confident, he hasn't got the same confidence of the younger blind cats like Scoots and Harry. He's a little bit more cautious. I mean, Scoots, he will whiz up and down these rocks to get to this lower terrace like they're not even there, but William doesn't. He's more Mr. Play It Safe. I still praise him when he comes up. I praise all of them.
Well done, William.
Harry loves praise. Harry is so, Harry smiles. And if I don't give him praise, then he sort of nudges me. They are an amazing family. I think that's Scoops again. Hope you've all enjoyed the video, everyone. There is more to come. So we will all see you all again a bit later. That's Fergus. He was waiting for his breakfast.